Are you and your team bogged down by all the micro decisions you're confronted with every day? Want a simple solution for getting rid of lots of them? Watch this short video. I'm Bob Windover. You know how maddening it can be. You attempt to sign into an application and the system forces you to jump through a couple of hoops to prove that you're you. You maybe search for an item to purchase and then you're presented with endless offers for that item for the next several weeks, even though you bought the item on that first day. Maybe a coworker asks for just a second of your time and 20 minutes later you're struggling to regain focus on the project at hand. And all of this perhaps during 1 hour of one day. And sadly, this is repeated over and over and over again throughout week after week. Now, when you mention it to those on your team, they probably nod their heads because they're dealing with the same thing. It is easy to just assume that this is your fate and the fate of those around you. But it doesn't have to be this way. If you observe the colleagues in your workplace and others around with whom you interact, chances are you will discover at least one or more people who don't seem to get so bogged down with these issues that steal time and focus. Now, you may wonder, well, how do they get away without dealing with all these distractions? I can show you, because I've been studying this issue for a long time. But here's the thing. There's no grand plan they follow. They don't have a secret formula. They don't have some sort of special insights to divulge. What they've done instead is become keenly aware of all the micro decisions within today's work environment and elsewhere that rob them of the sugar energy that powers their focus. And then they've developed a set of routines to deal with the most common of those in the moment when they occur. Or they take a few minutes to figure out how to eliminate the distraction going forward before it affects them even more. Now, you can do the same thing and teach those around you to do so as well. Here's how. Begin and keep a running list of all those little nuisances for a few days. Just grab a piece of paper and keep it next to you where you work. If you move around a lot in your work, keep it in your pocket. When one of these distractions happens or occurs to you, jot it down. Do not, however, build this list on your smartphone or tablet or laptop. The time it takes to open the app, find the list, jot it down, and click Save kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Now, once you have done this for a few days, set aside no more than 30 minutes of focused time and review all the items on the list. Each will probably fall into one of two categories, tech or people. The tech items might include pop-ups and spam or unwanted emails and texts, junk surveys, and of course endless suggested videos and products and promotions you have to navigate through every time you're online. The people category will include got a second questions and impromptu meetings and reply all message loops and meetings you really don't need to attend and committees where your presence is kind of superfluous. After all, isn't it better in most cases to ask one person to draft the memo or report or project and have those who are affected or involved comment rather than have 6 people sitting around a table or maybe on a Zoom conference call for an hour deciding what should be included? Next, dedicate another 15 to 30 minutes or so to address 1, 2, maybe 3 of those tech items. And then research how to stop them from distracting you. I found that artificial intelligence is making this process so much easier than it was even a few months ago. Then implement these solutions. And then dedicate another 15 to 30 minutes to research another 2 or 3 and resolve another couple of these tech distractions. And then after that, rinse and repeat. Another option is to allot 10 minutes maybe in a team meeting for people to share the solutions that they have discovered for managing or eliminating tech distractions. Now, once again, identify a specific block of time, though. If you simply open the floor to ideas, it may dissolve into a nice little chat. Ask each person with a solution to confine their explanation to 60 seconds. If it's a little bit more complicated than that, ask them to send everybody a link to the necessary instructions. Next, consider the people distractions. Once again, dedicate a block of maybe 15 to 30 minutes and address one or two of these challenges. While I don't have time to go into the details for solving all of those different variations here, I've listed more than 20 of them in my book, Overcoming Overwhelm. There's a link to purchase the book in the description below. You might even buy a copy for each person on your team and block 10 to 15 minutes during a few of the upcoming meetings to share the tactics that they think are most helpful. I recommend numbers 21, 26, 33, 46, and 52 to people all the time because they're kind of universal. But let me give you just one that works for me all the time so you don't feel like you've watched this video and walked away without anything specific. Here's the tactic. I have another commitment. Now, this phrase has gotten me out of countless meetings and conversations over the years. It's kind of my secret weapon. If I'm in a meeting that's kind of wasting my time or no longer relevant, I'd lean over to the person next to me and I whisper, "I'm sorry, I have another commitment." And that person will nod, acknowledging what I said, and I'll get up and slip out of the meeting. If someone asks where I went, that person will say, oh, he had another commitment. But here's the thing. No one ever asks what the other commitment is. If you're in a virtual meeting, you can do the same thing by typing those words into the comments and then just kind of disappear. If you're in a one-on-one conversation that appears to be going nowhere, you can say the same thing. Now, if the other person is kind of droning on and on and on, put your finger up and they will stop talking. And then say, "I'm sorry, I have another commitment." And they will let you off the hook. Once again, they will never ask, "Well, what's the other commitment?" This is just one of the more than 100 practical tactics in overcoming overwhelm. Again, click on the link in the description below and begin to leverage your time. In fact, buy a copy for everyone on your team so that they can all recapture their time and energy and focus. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell so you'll be alerted when I publish more ideas just like these. I'm Bob Windover.